Emerging mode of business is a very important topic and a chapter in a business. When we are tied up with so many other activities, we cannot perform non-core activities. Outsourcing involves contracting out. Yes, very important one. For the core activity, what happens is we always take interview and we take in-house employees. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, welcome to the next session of Emerging Mode of Business. Emerging mode of business is a very important topic and a chapter. Here you will understand what exactly is happening in the 21st century corporate and the business. And here in this session, I'm going to explain you about a beautiful topic, that is outsourcing. Yes, students, outsourcing is all about, now you need to know that is outsourcing is done everywhere. The reason being for outsourcing is what? There is a need for outsourcing. So what exactly the outsourcing is all about? Usually what happens is, in a business, when we are tied up with so many other activities, we cannot perform non-core activities. So for the non-core activity, what the company does is they hire from somewhere else, that is a third party, and when the third party comes and does that particular work, we call that as outsourcing. So we have something called in-house facilities and outsourcing. In-house facilities are the in-house faculties or in-house employees. That means within the company, the people who are working, they'll be doing all the work, so we call that as in-house. If in-house people cannot do the non-core activities, or even for the core activities, we always take from somewhere else. That is, we call people and we give them work, and after the work is done, they will actually go back. So it is all about the temporary agreement between the two parties, and usually the third party will come and they'll do the work and then they'll go. So that is called outsourcing. So here, outsourcing is yet another trend that is radically reshaping business. Usually what happens is, I'll give you an example here. See, here there is a manager who wants to do all the tasks, but yes, 1 or 2 months he'll definitely do it, but later what happens is there's a pile of files which he is supposed to do. Now he should think that what exactly the things he should do it. Now what happens is, he'll get frustrated because everything is supposed to be done by him. So what he does is, he will outsource people for the other work so that he can peacefully do all his work. Now understand, there are few things which you should know. One is core and non-core. Now for a business, the employees should only concentrate on the core, but usually what happens in a business corporate, you also have things which are non-core. Now the employees cannot think or cannot waste their time by spending too much time on non-core. So usually what happens is, the business people, that is the top management, they'll do what? They'll only go with the outsourcing. Now here, it refers to a long-term contract, but it is what? It's a temporary kind of a thing. Though it is a long term, it is for a temporary one. Long term contracting out, generally the non-core and of late even some of the core activities to the captive. Now that means what exactly it is? We don't want to waste time, and outsourcing, usually when we do it, I'll tell you what exactly it is. Now the employees who are working in a company, they have given a task. When the task is being completed, understand, they'll definitely ask for the salary. Now when they ask for the salary, what happens is, they'll get something called piece wage rate system kind of a thing. How much you have worked, only for that much. But now what has happened is, now there are few people who want to do core as well as non-core and get more money. So here there is a problem. When they are doing only core activity, they had something called efficiency level was high. When core and non-core both is given to an individual, now the efficiency will come down. Though he is getting more money, but efficiency is being lacked. So it's a problem for the business. So what the business corporate people they do is, they don't give non-core activity to the employees within the company. They'll hire people for the non-core activities. Now, which are the non-core activity, boss? Say, I'll give you an example of Infosys, software company. The core business is software development, right? So what is the non-core? Sanitation, housekeeping, right? Security guard. Now, all these are non-core activities, but still they are very, very important, right? So understand this. You are employing your own person for security guard. You are employing your own people for sanitary. Now, what happens is, you need to have a manager who can look after the core business as well as non-core business. Now, the manager, will he be concentrating only on the core, or he should also be concentrating on non-core? Both the ways. But what happens is, there is a lack of efficiency in the manager's work. Reason is, he knew about software and all those things. He got masters in software kind of a things. Now he can't see the non-core sanitation or the housekeeping. So what the company does is, they'll hire people who are professional in being a security agent. They'll go for the agency and they'll hire the agency itself, and that to a long term, and then they'll go for the agreement as well as the contract. Now, the manager doesn't need to poke his nose to the security guard or anybody. Now, for the security guard itself, there is a separate manager done by that agency. Now, what is that we have done? We have outsourced the security guards. Now, the same way the housekeeping also. They'll go for the third party, they'll take the housekeeping as a contract, and then they'll go for it. See, this is what it is. We are a software company, we'll only concentrate on developing software, will not waste our time for the non-core. That's why outsourcing is in demand. And outsourcing also, you need to understand, they are professional in that they will train those people. Now, Infosys, they don't need to train the housekeeping or the security guard. Try to understand. That is the beauty of outsourcing. You don't need to waste your time. You don't need to waste your too much of money. One thing is what? You are supposed to trust somebody else. There is again what? When there is a boon, there is a bane. Next one is, outsourcing involves contracting out. Yes, very, very important one. What exactly a contract is? There should be two parties. There should be two parties, right? Now here. Now, there should be something called consideration. So, there should be offer, there should be acceptance. So, here there is an offer is made and a person will accept it. Now, here it's a company which does that, and the agency have accepted it. And there is a consideration, that is, the company will pay them and they will do the work. Yes. Now, there should be some legal agreement which will turn as a contract. Now, when a contract is done, there should be a consideration. So, please remember this. Literally, outsourcing means to source from outside. Yes, we are sourcing from outside. That is the agency. What you have until now been doing in-house? Yes, exactly. What they did not have, they have outsourced with somebody, and somebody is giving them the work which will be a benefit for the company. And usually what happens is, outsourcing, we only go with non-core activity. But some of the companies, I'll tell you, they have also outsourced for the core business. Example, Infosys, let's go with the same thing. Not just security guards or not just housekeeping. They have even encouraged students who have just finished their graduation and they have given them the project. Now, what exactly it is? They have again outsourced the other third party for development of their projects. Yes, it has happened. But usually what happens is, these projects and all are not long term. It is a short term. Right? So, generally, non-core business activity are outsourced. Generally, when I say it as generally, that means yes, generally, usually, non-core activity, we actually go for it. For the core activity, what happens is we always take interview and we take in-house employees, that is people who are within us. Usually when we go with outsourcing, all the control are not in the hands of the manager. The manager need to contact the agency for any of the indiscipline act done by anybody whom we have outsourced. But here in-house, what happens, is a manager who will take care of them. The salary and all the things are taken care by the manager itself. But when it is outsourcing, the manager will not take care of any of the salaries. He will give the lump sum money to the agency. Agency will decide how much who should get it. Now here what happens is, that's why generally non-core business, right? So what are the non-core business? Core business means the real business the company does. Non-core will always support the core business. I told you about sanitation, housekeeping, floor mopping, all those are non-core business. Now sanitation and housekeeping functions are non-core for most organizations. Of course, for municipalities and sanitation services providers, these activities comprise the core of the business. See, understand, here only I have given you two differences, two examples. For a corporate, sanitation and housekeeping is a non-core. But for a municipality, the same sanitation and housekeeping are the core. So it depends on the business to business whether they outsource people, that is the third party will come to the picture or the third party will not come to the picture at all. So the next one here we have is process may be outsourced, yes, to a captive unit or third party. I told you about this third party. Let's go with company. And let's go with agency. Now, agencies are the third party. Now, company, when they don't have more people to work and they have got more orders from the customers, now they will definitely approach the agencies so that the agencies will get the work done. I'll give you an example here. HR, human resources, right? There are few companies who don't want to hire the employees directly. The reason is they feel that they aren't so professional to hire people. So what they do is they go for agency which are very much professional, that is consulting agencies. And now the consulting agencies will take interview and they'll give potential employees to the company. Now, what exactly it is? It's all about the outsourcing. Here, outsourcing, what is happening is, though we need the employees, but we cannot judge them on the basis and we cannot say who is best. That's why what is that we are dependent upon the other person, that is a third party. Now the third party is being professional, they'll conduct interview, they'll take the selection round and all those, they'll select a person and then they will actually deploy the person to the company. Now whatever the person is doing, if he is doing really good, it is a plus for the company. But now if he isn't, so what happens, the company will definitely call the third party and say that your candidate isn't doing good. So what happens is, it's all about the third party. It's all about the third party. So it is totally dependent upon the third party. So you need to choose the third party, that party which is very professional in nature and they have a very good successful rate. Next thing here is, yes, the consultancies are also the people who are taking advantage about this outsourcing. Usually outsourcing is done for what? They want to reduce the salary. They want to reduce the wages. So that's why they go with outsourcing. Now, if we give more tasks to our own employees, definitely our own employees will ask for more salary. If we outsource people, now what happens to the employees? The employees feel, why is that the company isn't giving us the work? They're giving somebody the work. So what happens? Our employees will perform more. because job security isn't there, right? So that's why more outsourcing, if they do, what happens is here the in-house people will have a effect. They cannot grow. So in a result, what happens is the in-house people will go to the top level management and they'll tell, sir, stop outsourcing, we will only do it, give the money to us. Even these things are also happened in the business. See, business is not just buying and selling of goods and services. Business is a process. Outsourcing is also a process. And now you can go with the cheap labors. Try to understand and relate this example like cheap labors. If you are in Karnataka, usually what happened, you would have seen people from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, people from Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, they are coming to Karnataka and they are working. The reason is outsourcing. So they'll definitely not take Karnataka people, Kannadiga people. They'll actually go and they get some more other people from other different states where poverty is more. Now go with basic example of Golgappa, your Pani Puri, right? Where do you see our street vendors who are in the Pani Puri? But just go with the count of people from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, how many people have come and they are selling Pani Puri here in Mysore and Karnataka. The reason is what? Now, it is not about outsourcing. Let me just tell you here. The reason is people want to do business some or the other way and they want to reduce the labor cost. That's why they actually bring so many other people. The contractors, the people who are the masons, the people who are working in a building projects, what are the building engineers are doing? They are outsourcing the employees, they are outsourcing the labors. The reason is what? It's all their headache, not the engineer's headache. So he'll only go with what? How much you have worked, we'll only pay for that much. No other tension. That's why they do outsourcing. Next, think of a large multinational corporation that deals in diverse products. So you have, say, diversity is more. And there is this company is there. Now say example, the company is manufacturing 4 products, A, B, C, D, and totally diversified, right? Now what happens is a company is mastered in one of the function, one of the product. But because there is a growth, there is a profitability, they have started with 3 more products. Now what happens is for 3 more products, they need to go for these agencies for professionalism, and that is how the outsourcing will also start. Now beautiful examples, if I need to give it to you, BPO, KPO, what are they? Knowledge Process Outsourcing. BPO, Business Process Outsourcing. So everywhere the BPO or the KPO, what exactly those people are doing? They're outsourcing other people so that the work is done very easily, the management is done very beautifully, and the salary is also what? It is reduced. And it is a profitable for whom? For the company itself. Next, we'll go with the next topic, that is need for outsourcing. Sir, why do we need outsourcing? I told you about cheap labor. I told you about they will take care of everything. We don't need to break our heads. That is what it is. One is focusing of attention. They'll take care of everything because they are professional in that. You are supposed to hire people who are professional in that. You will not hire people who aren't very good in that, right? So focusing of attention. They'll give proper attention to the business, to the core thing which you have already given, or to the non-core which you have given to them. Now, just an example I'll give you with the same example of Infosys, right? Now, Narayan Murthy or Sudha Murthy, they'll think of how to develop, how to grow Infosys at large. They'll not take care of more of non-core activity. The reason is they don't know the non-core activity. Now, but they know something called outsourcing. They want more people to come and work for them. So what is that they have started? They have started BPO. Business Process Outsourcing. Process is happening, outsourcing. Quest for excellence. But they don't know. So what happens is they'll take people who know about the process. Next one is cost reduction. Yes, this is a very important topic in the need of outsourcing. That is, the cost is actually reduced because you are bringing people and getting work done. So that means what? People are coming to you. So what happens is their demand is less, so they'll work more for less money. I'll give you a beautiful example here. Let's go with the MBA graduate in India and USA. Reality and a matter of fact, in India, people who are done their MBA, Master of Business Administration, they are working for 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. How much? 10,000 rupees. Where? In India. The same way, if you go to USA, people who have done MBA in USA, they are getting same 10,000, but it is dollars. There is a huge difference. Reason, Indians are being outsourced in all the countries. But have you seen the US people being outsourced in all other countries? No. The reason is we are ready to work even for 10,000 rupees. So what is happening? There is no demand only. There is only supply is more. Nowadays, after this pandemic, what has happened? Even if the company gives 8,000 also, the MBA graduates are willing to work because more of unemployment. Try to understand this. Next is growth through alliance. Yes. I will only concentrate on the core, but I will not think about non-core. There is a problem. You should think of your non-core activities also. So when you are doing outsourcing, what is that you are doing? You are making more alliance. When you are making more alliance, you will not think about non-core at all. You will give everything to the third party. The third party will take care, and now your system will smoothly run. That is the big benefit of outsourcing. The next one is fill up to economic development. Yes, economic development definitely will be there. That is brain drain. That is people from India will go to US. US economy will be developed. If you go with the ratio, people who are in India, they are not working for Indian company, but they are working for foreign companies. Now, where is this economic development of India? There is economic development of USA, California, but not India. Now, my own examples, I'll just give it to you. In my family, there are say 7 of my relatives, cousins. They are working for Australia, Germany, Philippines. They work for USA, England, Scotland. So what is that they are doing? They are adjusted to that country's timing. They don't sleep at night here in India. They sleep in the early morning. The reason is they work for USA, they work for Russia, they work for Germany, they work for Philippines. The reason here is what? Those people are outsourcing these people. They have never seen the companies itself. They only know the company through the name and through the laptop. They don't meet any customer. But still the customer is happy and they are happy with the company. But who's doing the real work? The people who are sitting in India, they are doing it for that country. The reason is that country has outsourced them. So that is what it is. But here also try to understand, students. Outsourcing, when you start your own business, even you are supposed to outsource, because you will think about our own country men, they'll ask you for more. For an underdeveloped nation, there are so many other laborers, they'll definitely come and they'll do work for you in a cheaper way. The reason is what? Your cost reduction. So definitely you will not take people from our country, you will take people from underdeveloped nation. That is what has happened to USA also. Developed nation. India, developing nation. Now, USA company, if they hire more US people will definitely ask for more salary. But that USA company will hire Indians. Now, Indians will have a pride. I'm working for USA. But what is the money? The money is very less. But still they are happy. Because same 10,000 to Indian MBA, 10,000 to the USA MBA, but what is the difference? The currency. Here it is for us, it is rupees, for them it is dollar. Huge difference. So this is the need of outsourcing. If you have understood this, it's well and good. If not, you can call us. You can always contact us. We are always there to help you students. Until then, I'll see you when I see you.